name is that again. I want to say a big thank you to our fans out there for doing what you do. You guys are amazing. You guys have been amazing so far. And we're saying massive thank you to you guys. The news is buzzing because Davido is on the news, Mayorkun is on the news, Rema also made the court, and if I were you, I would not change it out. In the meantime, you can now stream us live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Please come through because we are waiting for you on that space. At the same time, I want to also wish you guys Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. We begin the news with no other person than the Mayor of Lagos, Mayorkun. Mayorkun, after I dropped the EP, he has been a bit quiet and a bit of promoting the song at the time and the EP, and a couple of performances here and there. The Pulse event was there where he performed, and we saw him recently in Calabar, where he was also invited for a performance. And just after he performed, we saw him with a very cryptic tweet where he said, "Calabar, you will probably never ever see me again. Good luck to other artists coming for your festival, though," with a love emoji. At this point, people ask questions saying what could have been the problem, and then it left us all in dismay because we were not sure as to what would have happened at this time. Moving on, we saw where Inyanya also came out with a post where he said, "My Calabar people, this is very bad for the peaceful people I know us to be. The government has brought my colleagues to entertain you. All you owe them is protection and great hospitality. If you know anyone who stole from my brother, please return it and I'll personally compensate you. Drop it at the Grand Hotel. I will personally compensate you, please." So at this point, we now know that Mayorkun Pendant were stolen in Calabar. Both of them, the one they asked TMOL, big face on it, which looks very expensive at the time. All of this were stolen at the Calabar space where he was, and Mayorkun have said, "You know what, for all of this, I would never return to Calabar again." At the time, and then we saw Inyanya saying, "Please and please, if you know the whereabouts, return it because I will personally give you compensation for it." Moving on, some Mayorkun tweeting where he said, "I just want to wake up from this dream, bro." And it looked like that moment where you lost something, and then as time passed by, you just missed that one. Yeah, you have more tweets to it because it just feels like at this point he can't wait to wake up from this dream. It is a dream because he actually wants those peace back at the time. Moving on, where he said, "Can't lie, mayor of 35 states is funny." And then he said, "It's gone, no one." So at this point, like, you know what, is gone, no one. On to the next one. But then I would never be in Calabar again at the time because of the experience. And then, truth be told, this is very ugly, and it's not nice to see stuff like this happen. We've seen it in the UK where artists go there and then their property is stolen and all of that. And because that's the UK, it's not their zone. It's a bit understandable. But then Nigeria, this is your zone, this is your people. Why would you want to steal from guys who entertain you at the time? Moving on, we saw after the compensation plea, we saw the person who took the TMOL piece returned that one, and then Twitter said, "Thank you to the guy who brought back this morning to the Grand Hotel Calabar. Just returned now is one of two of Mayorkun jewelry. We have one more to go. My brothers, if you have the second one, please help us to return it." And then we saw His Excellency Prince Basio, to the governor of Calabar State, invited Mayorkun, and then he assured him that they were going to compensate him for the piece. And then that prompted Mayorkun to make a tweet regarding that, where he said, "Just met with the governor of Cross River State, His Excellency Prince Basio too. He assured me that Calabar people remain very respectable, and he has also stressed that I will be compensated for my very valuable loss." And then he said, "Thank you, sir." As much as this is good, what is still ugly is the fact that a piece could get missing from Mayorkun's space. Now the problem is who could have gotten to that close to get his piece, because he should be everyday guard at the time, and for his piece to get missing, do you think it's the Calabar people or maybe an inner circle thingy? But regardless, we're happy that we got a piece back, and then one more to go. Are we going to get this one? Only time will tell for Mayor of Lagos. We saw where Mayorkun came out to say, "Still searching for my pendant. It is so special to me for many reasons. I have a 5 million naira reward for anyone who finds and return it. Please help me spread the word." So Mayorkun is saying, if you get this one back to him, because he loves it and it means a lot to him, he had a 5 million naira reward for anyone who could do that one back to him at the time. Moving on, we have Rema as the next guy on the news. Amazing guy, one of the guys doing so good for himself. We saw Rema and Gomez calm down ties, stay at the second longest running week in the top 10 of the Billboard Pop Airplay, which he has spent 40 weeks on that chart. At the same time, it also ties Blinding Lights as the second longest running song on the chart for 60 weeks. While for Pop Airplay, Calm Now sits at number 8 and it peaked at number 1, having spent 5 weeks on the chart. At this point, we all know that Rema Calm Down has been an amazing one so far. Had so many breakthrough months in the year. For September, we saw where it crossed the mark for 1 billion streams on Spotify, and it became the first ever African artist to cross 1 billion mark on Spotify. Also on YouTube, the song is doing good numbers. Both songs already surpassed about 1 billion. Talking about Calm Down with Gomez and then the initial Calm Down on YouTube. The videos are moving almost every day at a time, and you can just tell that indeed this guy made Africa proud with his global song at the time. Moving on, we saw Fexo and Rema Bobalo video have just crossed 30 million views on YouTube. And these are songs that you probably will not give credence to, because on Spotify the numbers are going gaga, and then on YouTube also the figures are going bigger every day. Before now, you want to say you don't want to talk about Charm and Calm Down and the likes, but then songs that people don't pay attention to are doing good numbers, like of Bobalo, the likes of Ice Spice. These songs are doing crazy numbers even as we speak. And once again, we say massive congratulations to Rema for doing us proud and then making himself a global icon at the time. 30 million for Bobalo on YouTube is a big feat to Rema. We say congrats to him for that one. Moving on, we saw Rema and Fexo Bobalo picked at number 3 on this week Billboard Latin Airplay charts, having spent about 10 weeks on the charts. Moving on, we have Davido as the next guy on the news. An amazing guy, one of the best so far. And then for this year, Davido had the best year so far, the best of his career indeed. Of course, you can tell that his music has been doing good numbers, and indeed, unlike previous years, Davido has had a breaking year, from the Grammy nominations to his song doing good numbers to his first 100 million on Spotify. Amazingly, a lot of people will not have believed that Davido was yet to amass 100 million streams on Spotify, but then this year he crossed that mark, which was unavailable, and it was a big deal for him. Moving on, we saw Davido having a tweet where he said hat-trick, and basically hat-trick means 3 wins in an event, and obviously the wins involve for the top 10 most streamed Afrobeat artists globally on Spotify for the year 2023. Davido leads the pack as number 1. Rema comes as number 2. Burna Boy comes at 3. Arresta comes at 4. Ashake as 5. Libyanka at 6. Victoria at 7. Tempo as 8. Omale as 9. And Whiskey coming through as number 10. Davido led 9 amazing guys to top this list for the most streamed Afrobeat artists globally on Spotify. Moving on, talking about the most streamed Afrobeat song globally on Spotify, we have Unavailable with Musa Keys as number 1, Victoria, Soweto with Don Toliver and Rema on that one as number 2. We have J.O. with 22 as number 3, Rema Charm number 4, Libyanka People number 5, Burna Boy City Boy number 6, Metro Boomin, Don Toliver and Wizkid number 7, Ashake number 8, Davido again as number 9, and Libyanka comes through as number 10. And while for the top 10 most streamed Afrobeat album globally, Timeless lead the pack as number 1. Ashake Walk About number 2. Burna Boy Atodo number 3. Rema Roses number 4. Amare Fountain Baby number 5. Alamde Unruly number 6. Mobat's Blessed number 7. Adekule Go Tequila After number 8. Joe Boy Body and Soul number 9. And Benton, Sincerely Benton, come through as number 10. Moving on, we saw Rihanna at the time yesterday vibing to Davido's Unavailable, and then you can see Rihanna dancing to it. Now, when you say you have a global song, now what makes a song global is the fact that those in the sporting department vibe to your song, those doing what you do in the US, in the UK, in the Caribbean love your song, vibe to it, dance to it, and as at that point you can now tell that yes, you have a global song. Indeed, Davido already has a global song, because all of this stuff are there happening from the sporting department to the hip hop zone. These guys love the song, they dance to it in different spaces. They are at the point vibe to Davido's Unavailable. With a dance step, it just shows that they listen to it, they love it, and they are endorsing it to their people. Moving on, we saw Davido appreciating Chris Brown. According to Davido, he said Chris Brown kept or put $3 million in his pockets. Now, big question. Would you put $3 million in your pocket? Now, could this be Bantam Cruz? We don't know, but what we are sure of is the fact that Davido have said Chris Brown had to put $3 million in his pocket, and then he's saying, Chris Brown, thank you for all of that. This event was a stolen one because we saw the point where Davido thought he misplaced his ring, which was worth about 60,000 US dollars, and he cried out saying, where's my ring? Where's my ring? And one of the team members had the ring, and Davido had to speak Yoruba, Fumijo, which means give it to me. And Davido got that one back, and then he asked the crowd, do you want a party? Obviously, the turn was high, and Davido went through, giving them chilling performances of the project's timeless album. And moving on, we saw Davido linking out with Patrice Evra of Manchester United, one of the greatest players ever. At the time to play the left back position, was seen hanging out with Davido. And like I said earlier, one way to know you are gone viral is that in the sporting world, you're going viral, and then in the music world, you are also trending. All of this are happening. The likes of RIHANNA, Chris Brown, and the big guys in the game have been seen at the point, dancing and vibing, and to Davido's unavailable. You can just tell that if this guy endorses your song, from the Tottenham football team to the Spanish football team to the Barcelona side, to a lot of football players have been seen at point endorsing Davido's song. Recently, we saw the Manchester City striker, the female football player, who came out to say she celebrated Davido's dance because she loved while he performed it at the PFA award, and then she told her friend that whenever she scored a goal, she was going to do the dance step, and basically she scored a goal and then she effortlessly danced to the unavailable thingy. Like I said, Davido is a global artist at the time. Moving on, we saw Black Bones coming to a realization yesterday after performing, and then he said, yesterday, I performed at the company end of a very mature audience. That was when I realized how vulgar my lyrics actually were. Looking mommy and daddy in the eyes while saying, can't let this FB see no emotions. It's something I would basically, Black Bones about the lyrics where you use the F word and the B word and all of that. And then he said, singing to old people, looking in their faces and using those words were something he would never forget, because that was the moment he realized that his lyrics were actually vulgar. The point or my question would be, what would Odumodu and Charlie Puffy do when they are in this position? Because their songs can be termed as way vulgar than Blackbone songs. Moving on, we saw after the meeting with Burna Boy yesterday, where Burna Boy gifted him the sum of 1.5 million naira and about 500 naira bundles. And then after I got to the car, we saw his manager come out to say, or his boss rather, came out to say, what will you give to me? And then Youngdu gave him 500,000 naira off the 1.5 million naira. But then just coming in today, we saw Youngdu doing a mimic, sending a very serious message to Portable, acclaimed allegedly why he said emigrate abroad, and that is a wisdom content, a content creator who uses aggressive bros as a sick tune. And then we saw Youngdu saying emigrate abroad, that bros will get plenty color for hair, that bros will collect money where you no work, that kind of thingy that could explain that he was directly talking to Portable, and then he dissed him on this one. People came to the comment section saying Portable this, Portable that. What will Portable do after seeing this? We know him as somebody who loves to make a comeback and a clap back. Will he do that to Youngdu or let it slide? Only Portable can decide that. And in the coming days, we're sure that he's going to make a clap back or just let it slide at the time. My name is Daki. We'll catch you guys on the very next one.